you know, he's the guy who's trying to shut it all down.
And these guys exist.
Well, I haven't met one of them personally, but the legend has it that they're everywhere.
Now, in the film, the story takes place between two eras where enforcement is done the old-fashioned way.
The old-fashioned way, yes, exactly.
And so you're an old-fashioned enforcer. And what's the legal basis in that? Is there, I mean, how does
Legal.
that work?
How does that work legally? Let's see. I put my fist in your face. You go home. You never come back again. I don't know. I don't know how it works. I'm just, you know, I'll tell you what. I jumped at the chance to do this because it was an opportunity to work with Kevin Spacey. And Jim Sturgis, it turns out, is really, really a terrific young actor. Robert Luketic is a really terrific director. And I'm really happy because we've made a really sexy movie. I mean, I don't know if you've seen it or not, but I think it's really, really sexy.
I really like the passion you put into the character. I think you played it really beautifully.
Thank you.
You said you haven't met any heavies, but at least in Casinos, how did you go about putting this guy together?
You know, I just kind of went with what was on the page. It wasn't much more difficult than that. It wasn't like, oh, I got to go talk to this one or talk to that one. It was pretty much there on the page. I didn't even read the book. I just thought, you know what, I'm just gonna go with what's on the page. Because what was on the page was really cool. Like the whole thing with the rings was on the page. And that for me was like, oh, I want to do that. That looks like it could be fun.
Now, I'm sure you've come to Vegas over the past few years.
Sure.
How have you seen it change?
Well, you know, years ago, it went from being strictly an adult playground to a family playground. And, you know, that's still the case. I mean, it's really more and more become a place where people come from all over the world and bring their children and come to have a good time and shop. And what's really great, I mean, the food here now is amazing. The food here now, the theater here now is great. You know, with people like Bette Midler coming and Barry Manilow and Cher and, you know, all the Cirque du Soleil shows. It's grown up in a way.
Is it becoming an extension of Hollywood?
You know, I think Vegas always was an extension of Hollywood. I mean, the golden age of Vegas was when people who worked in both the movies and in, you know, nightclubs and stuff would come here to work too. So I think there's always been a real relationship, a close relationship between performers and Las Vegas. Yeah.
Speaking of Hollywood, you pretty much grew up in front of a camera.
Mm-hmm.
Did you
Yeah,
not?
pretty much.
How has that town changed? How has the business changed the way it did?
Well, you know, it's moving faster, you know, with this whole digital thing, and it remains to be seen. I mean, you know, thank God we just ended this strike, and you know, there's the whole argument about what the new media is and what it means, and how do you divide up the spoils and all of that. It's going to be interesting to see. It's just moving fast. It's just really moving fast, I think.
Are you at a point where you thought you might be 10, 15 years ago? Has it been going as planned? Or?
Well, I didn't really have a plan, you know. I just kind of, this is what I do. I feel lucky to be able to do it whenever I get to do it and however I get to do it, you know. I'm going to go do a play in New York. In a couple of weeks, I'm going to go do a one-man show on Broadway about Thurgood Marshall. That's a little different than, you know, what I think a lot of people would be doing, but I'm going to go do that and have a good time because, you know, I'm an actor, that's what I do.
And the sky's the limit, right?
Absolutely, always. You going to go make some money downstairs?
That's not how I make money, no. It used to be that casinos were very against having cameras in there, and now it's
Really?
changed.
Is that true?
They
I
didn't
had
actually,
no idea.
and now they
As in cameras watching the gamers?
bring in a crew to shoot in just to shoot in a casino. They would not have it.
I did not know that.
And now, but this movie, they got the full cooperation.
Oh,
And-
wow.
And so, did you know about this?
I didn't. I didn't.
The reason being is that because the casinos want the public to think that you can beat the system.
Well, I think people do believe you can beat the system. I think that's why places like this exist, because there is that small, remote chance that you could come in here and, you know, take $5 and turn it into $50, you know. I mean,
What about yourself?
I don't gamble, so I don't know.
Why don't you gamble?
I just don't have a taste for it, really.
Yeah.
Jim Sturgis is terrific. Did you see the Julie Taymor picture?
Yeah.
He was terrific in that picture, and he's great in this picture. He's a real talented, you know, committed young actor. He's just wonderful. I had a great time working with him. I would have to say for me is that he really loves acting. Like he's really interested in doing good work. I mean, I think he'll be a star. I think that's going to be part of his life too. But I think what's important for him is that he does really good work as an actor. And I think the star thing will come.